On the day of Marcel Marceau's performance, I watched worshipfully from backstage all through his afternoon technical rehearsal. Although he had been through the drill 1,000 times over the years, his preparation was exhaustive and precise. When it came time to rehearse the curtain call, his stage manager instructed me in broken English to raise and lower the curtain in a steady rhythm as Marceau took several bows. This was known as bouncing the curtain. It required that I quickly master a complex new skill. In the wings, I stood in front of 2 thick ropes. I would pull on one of the ropes to ring down the curtain, while the other rope shot up in the opposite direction. When the curtain was almost down, I would grab the second rope and allow it to lift me 4 feet off the ground. At this point, my counterbalancing weight would reverse the direction of the 2 ropes. I would drop back down to the floor, then pull on the second rope with all my might. The curtain would bounce, barely touching the stage, then gracefully rise up again. For Marcel Marceau, I was to repeat this maneuver 10 times, 5 times up, 5 times down. It was a tricky business, demanding enormous effort and split-second timing, but by the end of the tech rehearsal, I had mastered it. The evening performance was sensational. Each of the mimed mini-dramas was greeted with clamorous adulation. I and the entire McCarter crew performed our backstage tasks with self-assurance and a sure hand. Marceau had craftily saved his best material for last, and in the final moments of his performance, the audience was completely transported. I'd never heard such an ovation. Then came the curtain call. I brought the curtain down on cue. After a poetic pause, I switched ropes and pulled it back up again. I switched again, ready to bounce the curtain. The second rope hoisted me high off the ground. The curtain reversed course and came back down. I switched ropes and was hoisted up again. The curtain bounced nicely off the stage and went straight back up. Perfection. I switched again, gaining confidence as the cheers rang out. Down, up, as Marceau smiled, clutched his heart, and grandly bowed. On the 4th bow, the curtain came down. I switched ropes, and once again I lurched back up in the air. But by this time, my strength was flagging. I lost my grip and fell in a heap onto the stage floor. I scrambled to my feet and stared at the 2 ropes as they gradually slowed to a stop. Terror engulfed me. I had no idea which one I should grab next. Hoping for the best, I reached for the one on the right and pulled on it for all I was worth. I pulled and pulled and pulled and pulled. Bit by bit, the rope offered less and less resistance. The roar of the crowd was oddly diminishing. A ghastly thought slowly dawned on me. Had I grabbed the wrong rope? I turned and looked out at the stage. What I saw filled me with horror. Between Marcel Marceau and the audience was a massive pile of dark red velour, about 8 feet high. It was McCarter's grand show curtain, lying on the stage like an enormous felled giant. Instead of bringing the curtain back up, I'd brought it down, piling it up on the stage. This mountain of fabric was attached to a long metal pipe and a series of tangled wires. These hung down from McCarter's fly space in full view of the audience, swaying slowly from side to side. The crowd had fallen into a deathly silence. As for Marceau, he was standing erect, with his hands on his hips, his weight on one leg, and a foot turned out. He was staring at me with stony fixity. His immobile face, with its bone-white makeup, its knit brow, and its gash-like red sneer, could only be described as a mask of rage. Predictably, the famous mime said nothing.